Welcome to the Workbench After Hours podcast. My name is Keith, and I'm your host. This is where we talk about the firearms community, shop talk, and everyday life experiences. Welcome back to the Workbench After Hours podcast. We are coming to you from Nashville, Tennessee. I know we've been talking about this trip for the last few podcasts, and we're finally here. So we got Chris and Hunter back with us, two co-hosts, and we have Alan back here as a guest. Not back here, but he's here as a guest. So yeah, good to have you on the podcast, Alan.
Thank you.
We kind of forced him on to doing it. He didn't have a choice. So, but yeah, so we've been searching for some whiskey. So Chris has a story about our whiskey search since we were driving through Kentucky and Tennessee.
Yeah, so we stopped in Kentucky at it was like Pachuca or something like that is how they pronounce it.
Something like that.
And I guess it had a nice picture of Blanton since Keith's been searching for it. And so we stopped there, and of course they didn't have it.
Nope.
But they did have another special bottle of Jack Daniel's Frank Sinatra Select. And I went up and asked how much it was, and she said the price, and I about lost it and was like, are you fucking serious? And I kind of got peer pressured into it after Keith bought it. So then I bought my bottle then.
So Chris has been searching for this bottle for, 9 months now?
Oh,
10 months?
yeah,
Long
easily.
time. And they have the bottle. Chris is all excited, and Keith and I are in the bourbon aisle, just a little bit out of sight, but we're in earshot, and we hear what she says the price is, and him and I look at each other and just bust out laughing. I threw my head back so hard, my sunglasses went flying. We're just dying laughing. And then Chris wasn't going to buy it. Keith's like, well, there was two boxes of it, and Keith goes, all right, I'll buy it then. And so the pressure back on Chris, and Chris was like, fuck it, fine, I'll go buy it.
Well, Chris has been talking about this Sinatra whiskey forever.
Yeah.
And we have never seen it in Kansas or Missouri. So I'm like, I don't know when the next time this is going to come available. Way more than I wanted to spend for a bottle of whiskey, but.
Yeah, but I think it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Just the boxing of it's probably the nicest boxing I've ever seen.
Speaking of the boxing, there's one right in front of us, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. So.
This is actually not one of the two that Chris and I bought.
No.
Alan, you want to tell that story?
So these two ladies, the whole time since they got it, said, I'm not going to open it. And so I made the comment, if we can find it anywhere near us for $150, I was going to buy the box. We just happened to go to the liquor store by our place, and they had it for $150. And so I had to buy it.
Yep. And that is the one.
Yep. And so since I made the comment, if I buy it, we'll drink it, we're going to be drinking it.
Yep. So you want to get working on opening that guy up, Chris? Or
I'll let Alan open it since it's his.
And so we went and tried. I just been wanting to try it. Coming to Nashville, I like spicy food, and so there's the Nashville hot chicken. So we were like, all right, we'll go try this out. After eating it, I needed to use the restroom pretty bad, and these guys were wanting to. These guys were wanting to go to look up like a bigger, nicer liquor store to see if we could find any Blantons. But I was too impatient considering the circumstances, and so I was like, oh, there's that one by the house, that small little, mom and pop rinky-dink liquor store. We go there. They've not only got this bottle for cheaper than these two guys got it.
Yeah.
They also had just gotten a case of 6 of Blantons in. So both Keith and I were able to pick up a bottle. And he wasn't going to sell me mine, actually, but because I kind of explained, hey, we're out of town, we've been looking for this stuff, whatever, he sold me mine, but he didn't see Chris. Chris waited in the car, and so we're going to send Chris in later to pick up another bottle, and then when Joe gets here, we're going to send him in and make him pick up a bottle. We're just going to keep this train rolling.
We're going to make sure we get all 6 of those bottles.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because we have that one at my house that we tried in one of the first podcasts, right?
Yeah. So when did we start the podcast? Because we tried it probably around, so your birthday is December 5th. We tried it shortly after that then, right?
Yeah.
And so that had to be super early in the.
Yeah, that was. And I haven't wanted to drink the rest of it just because I want to keep it and savor it. Well, now that I have another bottle, I'll keep this one to age for a while, and we'll finish that other one.
Mm-hmm.
Which one do you have at your house?
The Blantons.
Yep. And if we can find, he said, I was talking to my stepfather earlier, and he's like, not stepfather, father-in-law. And he was saying if we can find more anywhere, he wants me to try and pick him up a bottle as well. So
we're going to see what this $160 whiskey tastes like.
Well, mine's 160. Your guys is 200.
Yeah. But we're not drinking that.
Yeah.
Those.
Touche.
what are you catching off of it, Chris?
I don't know. I can smell a little bit of heat.
Yeah. Like a light vanilla, maybe?
Yeah.
That is so much smoother than what we had last night.
That is actually really good.
It is. It is very smooth.
Wow.
No heat at all, really.
Yeah.
Super smooth.
Smooth.
And even though it is expensive, it comes in that nice box with a little booklet.
Yeah.
And it's a larger bottle than normal. It's a
It's
full
a
liter.
Yeah.
What's the typical bottle? A 750?
Yeah.
750. Yeah.
What's the percentage on this?
I have no idea actually.
It
It says it's 90 proof, so 45%.
okay, so it's up there in
Yeah.
alcohol content for sure.
You get a little burn after a
but
minute.
it's smooth.
And I don't know it's kind of like maybe a little bit of caramel and vanilla maybe.
I get the vanilla. You can get the barrel too. A little bit of that charcoal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, we tried George Dickel Barrel Select because when Joe was on the podcast, we tried the regular
Yep.
George Dickel, and it was really good. So we're like, well, single barrel is usually pretty good. We should have known because it was cheaper. It was not good.
That was some of the toughest whiskey to put down.
It turned everybody's stomachs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not good. Even once the ice melted,
It tastes like rubbing alcohol is what I got off of it the entire time.
yeah. So
And I wasn't a huge fan of that second bottle of Jack that the
Yeah.
other bottle of Jack that we opened after.
The distiller's mark.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of that either.
That one wasn't too bad.
I liked it.
It had
I
some
thought it was kind
pepper.
of smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Jack Daniel's was it
Distillers or something like
Master
that.
Distiller.
Yeah.
It's a different bottle, and I was going to keep that, but since we didn't like the George Dickel, I'm like, well, this one was only $35. It was pretty cheap, so we decided to open that and
Yeah, but why
enjoy
did
it.
we decide to open that?
Because
The first one was so bad.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
But what was the real reason?
real reason is we ran out of what we were drinking, Yingling and White Claws. And Chris was like starting to feel good. We never get Chris to drink more than 2 drinks.
Yeah.
And
I've never seen him go past 2.
we finally got him to start. He started feeling good. So he's like, oh, let's go to the liquor store. We're like, buddy, it's 12:30. They're closed. So we decided to open up that other bottle of Jack Daniels. And
And guys, they finally peer pressured me into watching Top Gun.
Yep.
You haven't finished it.
Yeah, but Keith told me he summarized the last 20 minutes for me. I'm pretty sure I'm good. But
No, it's not the same. You got to watch it.
yeah, but at least we got him. He watched it up to where Goose dies.
Yeah.
And then I told him, the rest of it is when Tom Cruise kind of whines for a while and doesn't do anything. And then he decides, oh, I'm going to graduate, shows up at graduation, and he's fine.
yeah,
So that's the premise of the rest of the movie.
but Chris is down there watching it with us. He's all gung-ho about going to the liquor store. We don't end up going. We open up the second bottle. Chris disappears. We all think he's taking a leak or something. And then 10 minutes rolls by, and we're like, where the hell is he? He freaking walked up, face planted on his bed, and was out.
Yeah. Probably wasn't a good idea to have hardly any sleep.
Chris gets really talkative when he's drinking quite a bit.
Oh, yeah. Not to mention, he picked us up at 5:30. He didn't get any sleep the night before, and then manned up and powered through and drove the entire. I mean, the trip ended up taking probably 10 hours because we stopped and ate a couple times, but actual drive time, the whole 8.5 by himself, like a animal. But he was on 0 sleep, and he's like, 0 sleep, a bunch of booze. Let's see what happens.
No water.
0
Yeah.
water.
Yeah, that was not a good idea this morning.
So you weren't feeling too hot this morning, were you?
No, I was not. It was quite painful.
How many hot showers did you take?
I took 2.
One at
Like 7 o'clock in the morning, and then another one at like 9. And yeah.
And I'm going to throw some B-roll of this. But he was feeling not so hot enough to where he had to go get an IV.
I got peer pressured into it.
Yeah. Not like we took him to the hospital or anything like that. There's this liquid IV place.
Yeah, it's like
not
therapy.
Yeah, but not like the drink liquid IV. Like
Yeah.
actual, we got actual
IVs put in our arm.
intravenous
Yeah.
bags of fluid pumped
Yeah.
into our bodies.
They have specific ones called the Hangover. That was a little too expensive.
Yeah.
So we got one where it just you get filled with electrolytes and multivitamins. I think you did one with the pain for your knee.
Yeah, I got painkiller and then just straight up electrolytes.
Yeah, it's cool. It's like this place, and we just made an appointment online, and it was not too far from the house, and you just go in and get
sit
some
down in
fluids inside your body if you're too dehydrated.
Sit
Yeah.
down in a massage chair, and they play some babbling brook in the background, which Keith pointed out, but we were kind of worried about. Like, if we're getting all these fluids in us, it's gonna make us have to take a huge.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hunter and I were going to do that anyway because we saw it. We drove past it. We're like, what the hell is that about? Mm-hmm. And we're like, wow, you could actually get – because there's times where I'm like really hungover or dehydrated. I'm like, I wish I could get just an IV put in.
Yeah.
And this place does that. And we were going to do it just to see what it was all about.
That was the game plan, anyways.
And it just so happened we drank too much last night. And then Chris, obviously,
Yeah.
really, really needed it. So you felt really good afterwards, though.
Oh, afterwards I felt like $1 million.
Yep. So I got some B-roll I'm going to throw in of him sitting there with his IV.
Yeah.
And we asked the guy because we all got a liter bag, and I finished like 5 minutes before Keith did. It got into my system about 5 minutes faster. And when the guy came in and took out my needle or whatever, I asked him what would cause mine to go into my body so much faster than Keith's, and he pretty much boiled it down to if you're more dehydrated, your body will take it in quicker.
Yep.
And so Keith and I took about, I'd say anywhere 25 to 30 minutes. Keith was 30 to 35 minutes. And then Chris goes in, gets his in, and within 15 minutes, his bag was completely bone dry.
Yeah.
His body took that in so fast.
Yeah. And the pain medicine, whatever that was, it took a little while to kick in, but man, I love it now.
Yeah, you were there for way shorter of a period of time
Yeah.
than Hunter and I were.
Yeah, it was great. I recommend it to anybody.
Even if you're not hungover, it's
Yeah.
good to just go get get your body.
It was kind of weird though. with
It was cold. Like
it was cold.
and you felt it going into your arm and then throughout your body. It's
Yeah.
really weird, but
I felt it initially, but it kind of wore off on me. Keith was talking about it for a little bit, but Chris came out of there and he was like shivering. He's like,
Yeah.
my whole body's cold. I don't know what's going on.
Yep.
Oh, it was night and day difference because I was a chaperone today and dropped Chris off, and he was dragging ass the whole time. But then he came down, and he's just all happy and feeling good,
A
and
little chipper.
it's like, what the heck?
I recommend it.
so Alan, you're not a huge whiskey guy, right?
No, I prefer rum.
Yep. I used to until I started getting into this, and now rum is too sweet for me. But
That's fair.
how do you like this? You like it?
Yeah, this is really good. I struggled with the 2 bottles last night. The second one was better than the first, but this is very smooth, very easy to get down.
Glad you bought it.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not a little woman and going to have to just watch it. You buy it to drink it, so drink
I know
it.
we might drink that. We're talking about like if we keep doing the podcast and hit 100 episodes, that'd be a good special occasion to try it.
I'll probably pop it open when I finish my master's program. I think that's a good celebratory.
It is good because it's quite a bit,
And it's
a large bottle. So
Yeah.
And it's different for Chris because he's got quite a selection of Jack already, and he's been hunting this thing down forever. So understandable for him not to want to open it. But
So look,
Keith, on the other hand, he just peer pressured Chris into buying it.
Yep. I'm like, dude, when are you've been searching for this bottle for a long time now. We finally see it.
Yeah.
Just buy it because we don't know when we're going to see it again
Yeah.
until we saw it today for cheaper. But, I mean, hindsight, I mean,
Yeah.
You don't
we
know.
got it. That's all that matters to me.
yeah. And we're going to Jack Daniel's Distillery tomorrow.
Yep, we got 2 tours. We're doing the Fly to Jack, and I think that's just they're going to show the basics of this Jack Daniel's and let us try the different flavors. And then we're doing Angel Share, which they show us how they do single barrel. So I think it'll be amazing.
Yep.
So is the Angel Share just better, or what's
It's
the
gonna,
difference
it's the barrel. It's aged a little bit longer. The barrels are a little bit different, and it's just a lot smoother.
there? Okay.
It's like it's gonna be something close to like that. Like single barrel Jack Daniel's like $50-$60 usually, compared to regular Jack, which is like what, 25-30.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot smoother. It's got a little bit more heat, I think, or peppery is than regular Jack, but it's just smoother.
Are you a fan of the pepper? Or do you like the smoother Jack like this?
I like smooth. I don't.
I like smooth too. I like the pepper, but I don't like, not necessarily like the burn, like the alcohol burn in your throat, but like the tingly, like peppery feeling you get on your tongue after a sip. I like that, but like Chris was saying, smoother definitely doesn't bring that burn into the throat at all.
Yeah. I think, what is it? Jim Beam is probably smoother than regular Jack, I think. It doesn't have that pepper.
Just the two, just
It's
the original bottles.
Next to each other, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Jim Beam's smoother than Jack, but I don't know. I like Jack Daniels so much, so.
If my go-to, if I just want to have a whiskey drink and even mix it with Sprite, it's just a regular Jim Beam because it's cheap.
Yep.
You get a handle for generally $26.
Yeah.
So if I just don't feel like drinking whiskey and ice, want to mix it, Jim Beam.
Yeah, or if you don't feel like busting into one of your expensive ass bottles just to
Yeah.
have a little sipper,
But I'm really excited that we found Blanton's.
Heck
That was the mission.
yeah.
Is like, man, I really hope we find Blanton's, and we got it done.
Yep, got to send Chris in Rogue here in a minute. To,
Are you cracking that open later?
No.
And I'm not cracking mine open either.
That's why we got the bottle at home. So if you come back on the podcast when we're at home, I'll let you try that Blanton's.
Okay.
It's good.
Speaking of,
I actually think this is better.
I'd like a side by side.
Yeah.
We can make that happen.
Yeah.
Speaking of getting you back on the podcast, this is your first time with us, Alan. So typically when we have new guests on, we talk about how did you get into guns? Do you own any guns? What's your experience with guns? So you got anything you can give us on that?
So getting into guns, I mean, my family had guns my whole life. Mm-hmm. So they're always in the house. I've known how to use them. I've always been safe. So we used to take them, go out to my grandparents' farm, and we would go shooting out there, whether it's clay pigeons, shoot at whatever in the trees, just have a lot of fun with them. Moved away to college, moved to Kansas City, got away from that. And then that's when Keith and I started talking when he opened his gun business. Mm-hmm. Started getting back into it, went out, ended up building an AR, thanks to Keith.
Of
You're
course.
welcome.
Yep, and so I had the AR, then my lovely wife bought me a 22, and it's the same model that my father had growing up.
Okay.
And so that was very special for me.
What model is that?
A Marlin Model 66?
Like, you know what that even is, Hunter.
Hey,
Just kidding.
I was hoping he was just going to say like it's either a bolt action or a lever action or
No.
semi-automatic or
So it's semi-automatic. Keith had the lever action that I wanted, but he sold it, so we're going to have to look somewhere
that
else.
Henry
Actually, Joe has
with
it.
the gold.
Joe has it?
Yeah,
Joe has it. So you
I
can-
wanted it too, and Joe freaking
Came out from underneath all you guys.
swept the rug out
He
from
hasn't
underneath
shot
us.
it yet either. I'm sure.
I'm
work
sure
out
he'll
a
give
deal.
me a deal.
Yeah, but
no,
check
he's a
what-
jerk. He won't let you.
Check
I was going to charge you more.
check the price that Keith sold him to. He sold it to him for because he'll be like.
If I could keep an eye out for another one if you want one.
Well, I still need that side-by-side first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So then your wife got you the 22,
Yep.
and then
I got a tactical 12 gauge just for fun. Mm-hmm. And then I got a Glock 42, and I carried that one for several years and decided I didn't want the 380 anymore. So I moved up to a Glock 43, and that's my main carry one now.
okay.
So I have 4
Yep.
total. I need to definitely increase that.
Hey, at least he has the trifecta.
Yep.
We always talk about that. Rifle, shotgun, and a pistol.
Yeah, what kind of loser wouldn't have the trifecta?
Yeah.
What do you have, Hunter?
I've got a shotgun and a pistol. I don't have a AR yet.
He has a Mossberg. Actually, I sold him my old one as a Mossberg 500.
Yep.
It comes with 2 barrels, a longer one for trap shooting, and then it comes with the 18.5-inch one
Like
for home
tactical,
defense.
but it's got a breech barrel on it, which
Is that the same one I have?
No,
I know I have a Mossberg.
yeah, no, you don't have that one.
isn't mine a 550?
No, 500.
Okay. And yeah, the breech barrel looks sick on it.
Yeah.
And then I've got a Keith sold me my first gun ever was a Glock 17, so full size 9mm.
He was so excited to get that gun. He was looking for all these accessories and stuff for it. Bought a shoulder holster for it.
Actually, I didn't buy the shoulder holster. I didn't buy it.
Did buy it?
It was there was like a website and it was like just pay for shipping. So I bought a like black. Would you call it a tactical backpack? That black one I have.
I guess you could.
I don't know. It's just got like. It's like really minimalistic, but it's got like the patches on it where you can, I've got the American flag and then a Glock patch on it, but then it's got everything. It's got like a specific area inside that you can put a pistol in and stuff like that. It's like, I don't know. It'd be a good go bag, I guess.
Range bag.
Yeah, but then it was like, just pay for shipping. We'll also send you this shoulder holster.
But you were so excited about it.
And then I get it, and it said universal. Definitely would fit a Glock 17. Doesn't fit.
Go figure.
Otherwise, he'd be walking around his house and outside with the shoulder holster on with his Glock 17 in one.
For sure. Mowing the lawn? Are you kidding me?
Hell yeah.
Like one
You
of
never
those
know.
Old cop TV shows and just sitting there.
Dude, yeah. I have to wear suit jackets all the time. Pop that over. No one even knows it's
my
there.
gosh.
I could see him mowing the yard with a suit
Oh.
jacket on.
Yeah.
Just to
Yep.
hide it.
Yeah.
Why does he have a trench coat on? So you've got the trifecta. Those are the guns that you have. Have you, since you've bought them, you said you kind of got out of it for a while. Have you been shooting much lately? Do you go to the range and practice very often, or?
I did for a while, but then COVID hit and prices skyrocketed on ammo. Mm-hmm. So I've been out of it for a while. But on the way here, talking to Keith, I think once I get my wife hers, I might be going 1911 as my next purchase.
What a badass gun to get.
Oh, my God. I'm so excited just thinking about it. And it's one of those, it'll probably be a 45. I'll probably skip the 40. But
Well,
what kind, all of that, I have no idea. That's something we'll have
If
to
you get it
talk
in
about.
1911, you have to get it in 45. It's just how they came initially. Now you can get them in 9mm, but it's like, if you get in the class of 1911, got to get in 45.
What was the model you had that you sold that I got to jack around with for a bit?
Springfield Garrison,
Okay.
which is okay. It's more of the on their mil spec side with a little bit better features, but
One of my guys from work bought one. He liked it for like a second, and then he took it back and he wanted the next one up because he wanted the stainless steel barrel and everything. So, but yeah, it's a pretty nice little gun.
After last night, I've been calling Chrissy Chaos this whole time, but
Chrissy Chaos.
Chrissy Chaos, what isn't 911 what you want next as well?
Yeah, 1911. Yep.
Oh, sorry, 1911.
Yep.
Yeah, 911.
Yeah.
He wants a Porsche 911.
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah, I'll take a Porsche 911.
Do you know what brand and
If I'm probably gonna
manufacturer?
get one, I'm either gonna be Springfield Armory, or I was even thinking about maybe a SIG, but I'm leaning more towards Springfield Armory.
Mm-hmm.
Is there something special about that you're leaning that way or what?
I just like the quality. It seems like it's better. I know Kembers are real nice, but they're finicky on certain ammo, so that's why I'm leaning more towards a Springfield, and I just like the way it looks. So.
Yeah. And did you shoot that TRP one I
Yeah.
had? Yeah, I had a Springfield. It was a TRP Operator Elite
Yeah, it
model,
was-
but it was tricked out and looked badass. And it was an awesome shooter. I liked it. My wife even liked it. You liked it. I really regret selling that.
Yeah. Now you can't even find it.
I asked my supplier the other day, I'm like, do you have anything 1911 in Springfield? And they're like, no. And I haven't found one for sale that other than that Garrison. I just got lucky with that. But last couple years, I have not been able to find a Springfield 1911. Sucks. So you got plenty of time. So yeah, so I know one thing like about guns and that we talk about is how your wife feels about you with guns and having guns in the house, because everybody's different. Marie was terrified of guns when we first started dating, and now she is to the point to where she's really comfortable, has her own and everything. Is your wife like that, or is she comfortable with guns? Does she like to shoot?
So in the beginning, same as Marie, she did not want them in the house at all. And so, of course, I went and bought one, kept it locked up, showed her how it worked, how to keep it safe, and after that, she was fine with it. And then, my kids are slowly getting older. I've let my son shoot the 22. He shot the 380 when I had it. And so her seeing how comfortable he is with it, how safe he is with it, she is much more willing to keep them in the house, which is why she's wanting a side-by-side now so she can go shoot her own gun and not shoot mine.
Does she like shooting your guns?
Only the 22.
Okay.
12-gauge AR is way too much kick. She has no interest in the handgun. But the 22, she'll have fun all day with it.
So the side-by-side that you've been looking for is for your wife then?
Correct.
Okay. I was wondering yesterday when you said 20 gauge or 16 gauge
Right.
instead of the 12, but you said stagecoach style. I was like, all right, that's pretty, pretty badass.
That's what she wants, and I love shooting a side-by-side. I think it's fun. Mm-hmm. And if we were to get her, a 16, 20 gauge, it would have a lot less kick. And so she'd be more willing to go and shoot it. So
The 20 gauge might be a lot easier to find ammo than a 16 gauge. I rarely see 16 gauge ammo.
yeah, when we go to Academy, I always look, and they normally have 20 gauge, but rarely see 16.
Yep. So we might go with the 20.
Yeah, I just got to find you. Or find me one.
Yeah, it's hard. My suppliers don't really sell new ones, so we need to go look at a Lathe gun shop and see what they have and look around. Barrel length, certain barrel length.
No preference.
Okay.
Sawed off at the foregrip.
She'll hit herself in the face with it. So probably longer barrel, a little less kick, hopefully.
Okay.
But, it needs to be light enough that she's comfortable shooting it. And so, no, that barrel length I really don't care about.
The thing with that is the heavier it is, the less recoil it will have. So she might like I don't know.
It's kind of a fine balance.
Kind of a tricky one. You want one to where the stock isn't so long that she's like awkwardly holding it, but you want it to have a little bit of weight to it. That way, because if it's really light, then it's gonna hurt her shoulder, and then she won't like it. So we got to find a fine balance there.
I think Centerfire would carry that for you to go like rent.
They really only rent out pistols.
Yeah, they have the pistols and they've got like
Full
some,
autos.
Yeah, AKs and
Wonder
stuff like
Frontier
that.
Justice might, because I know they have a lot more selection usually.
I haven't been up there. They're my competition, man. How dare you? No, I'm just kidding.
You
No.
traitor.
Right.
I took you up there. We went shooting.
Yeah, that was how long? God, that was years ago.
Yeah, I think that was 2015 or 16. It was right when I got back and bought my first 2 handguns.
So, Alan, so we can just get all the gun stuff out of the way for you here. You're thinking about buying a gun safe, huh?
So I have 2.
Uh-huh.
The one I have, I'm actually going to sell to Josie because I want one that I can get into quicker. So, I only have 3 long rifles now, so I only need 12 gun safe. But
Yep, he bought my 12 gun safe that I had when I lived in an apartment, so it was easy to move versus Chris's safe. You've heard that story, right?
many times.
Okay.
Yeah, Chris's safe was the easiest thing to move ever. It was awesome.
Yeah, put it downstairs, let it slide.
Yeah, down the stairs, let it slide.
Yep.
No one got hurt. It was
Yeah.
perfect.
Now moving Keith's safes, that sucked.
Yeah.
You helped him with that.
Just the one though, the 30 gun safe.
Yeah.
Well, it still sucked.
Yeah. it
Was
did.
that into the garage or into the?
That was in my old house where I wanted it inside, and we only had to go up 2 stairs from the garage up into the dining room.
Yeah, only 2 stairs with a flat tire dolly.
Yeah. So then we just had to lay down a big blanket and kind of slowly lay it down inside, pull it in, stand it up, and then once we got to the carpet, we dragged it, but definitely damaged our hardwood floor in there.
Yeah.
I had to go over it with that LV stuff. Yeah.
Which hardwood floor? In the kitchen?
When there was
in
a
the
kitchen,
in the
yeah.
dining room. at the old house? It had that original wood floor?
Yeah.
Yeah. We
put a nice little gash in
yeah,
it.
we did.
I was like,
Yeah, I don't think I realized we damaged that floor. I
didn't
thought we did a pretty good job getting it through, considering the weight and.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't bad, but we definitely
Yeah,
did some
okay.
damage. So the
He's
12
trying
gun
to subtly
safe,
make you feel guilty over here for scratching.
Not at all. That
for
that
doing him
sucked.
the favor.
that was the worst.
Yep. But the 12 gun safe, super light to move upstairs to your closet and everything. So
And so you said an easier one to get into. Is it like trying to get into Fort Knox with this one, or what do you mean faster and
Yeah,
easier?
it's one of the old school where dials where you have to turn it back and forth several times, and it's very, let's say, finicky. So if you barely go over, you have to restart. And so if you're in a rush to get into it, it's going to fail and it's going to take you a while. So I want one where you can either put in, a combination or the biometric, whatever.
Like a keypad or the
Yeah.
biometric? Okay.
Yep. Something so it's a lot easier, quicker.
Very cool.
yeah, I was hesitant to get the keypad one because I'm like, well, what happens if the battery goes out or whatever? So I went with that 30 gun safe, my first one, with the dial, and it sucks. It takes forever to get into.
You had
And
to take
so-
out a stethoscope and listen.
Oh, God. It's a lot more complicated than the 12 gun safe you have. The one you have is more like a locker at a school. This one is like you got to turn 4 times this way, then 3 times, and it sucks. So the bigger one I have for the gun business, I got the dial, and I wish I could get the other safe in that.
Yeah. Yeah, I made sure I got the keypad. And
It's so much easier
Yeah.
with that keypad.
I was like, man, I was worried, too, if the battery goes dead, what are you going to do at that point? And then I found out you got the little key slot behind it. So
Yep.
all my worries went away really quick.
And let's hope Chris doesn't move soon.
Yeah.
Just pay somebody at that point.
I'm tapping out if we have to move that safe again.
I don't think your wife will let you.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Either. Well, she didn't want me to do it the first time. Can you imagine if we were on the stairs going down and that thing snapped?
Yeah. That would have been
I would
worse.
be sitting here with 2 stumps
Yeah.
instead of legs.
Going down the stairs and what snapped? Sorry, I didn't help you guys move. What?
So he brought over moving straps on this for the safe.
These lifting straps.
Oh, okay.
And I've used them like literally 50 times, quite literally. And no worries. It always works. Heavy ass shit. We use it for the safe, and I don't know if we were just in a hurry, we weren't paying that much attention, but the side of the safe the back side of the safe has this just tiny, thin, little rough lip of metal that was kind of burred. And we got it up into the garage, we got it up to that first landing, and then we were going to angle it and then start going down the stairs with it. And it just snapped the strap clean in half. And I was on the bottom side of the steps. His brother-in-law was on the top. So thank God it actually hit the step first, but then it came over like this, right on top of my foot. Black and blue, huge knot on it. It's crazy, gnarly looking. And yeah, Jasmine was furious. Because this is like
Yeah.
right when we first started telling people she was pregnant, and she's like, I'm pregnant, and you're fucking going out doing crazy shit like this.
Yep. But this place that we...
Speak of the devil, she's calling me right now.
Oh, boy. Good thing we're
Uh-oh,
not
Keith,
using-
I'm in trouble. I got to go home.
All right. See you later. But yeah, this place we're seeing in is pretty cool. It's a new construction. I guess this is more of a condo, townhouse. I don't know.
Yeah, like a townhome.
I was going to say townhome.
Yeah, it's a townhome. There's 4
Because there's
attached to each other.
got,
At least in ours, but
Yeah.
it's like a big... It's a
little
big,
complex of
Yeah.
them.
yeah, but yeah, there's 4.5 levels to this. So you walk in from the carport. There's a little entryway. Walk up some stairs. You come to the main level, and there's halfway up is a bathroom. Then the main level is a bedroom, the front door, the kitchen and living area, and then you go up another flight of stairs. It's 2 bedrooms, and then this top floor has a bedroom and bathroom, and then this other living area. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd want to live here because all those stairs. Like,
Especially when you have a bum knee.
yeah. And then, like, just bringing in groceries.
Yeah.
You got to go up all, and down all those stairs. But kind of a cool place.
Yeah.
I like this little spot here because, like, if somebody on the main floor, the bedrooms down below, want to go to bed, stay up here and
Come up
probably
here.
a lot quieter.
That was earlier.
Yeah.
When I had to take a nap.
Yeah.
It's a little toastier up here, just being it's
Heat.
96 out and we're on the 4th floor, but
And over here is just these big slider windows that just faces the sun's coming right in. So luckily they have these white curtains that are kind of softening the light a little bit. But this room is very bright
Yeah.
compared to the one downstairs.
but overall, for us, this is fits our needs perfectly.
We each get our own
Absolutely perfect.
bedrooms, so
Yeah, and
Pretty much
then-
our own bathrooms too.
Yeah,
and luckily Chris had his own bathroom
Yep.
because he was not
Not this morning.
feeling good this morning. So
Nope.
luckily he had his own.
and we gave old Alan over here the ground floor so he could stay cool while he was sleeping. We know
Well,
how he.
It's so nice on that floor. We have the thermostat set at like 67.
Oh, it's
Yep.
nice down
Oh,
there.
it's nice and it's beautiful.
It's probably a good 10-degree difference from our rooms to that floor.
Well, and he's old.
And
We
then
don't want him
another-
walking up and down all these
coming up here.
stairs.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than you know.
So
I think that was just the first bedroom, and you were like, "All right, I'm taking this one."
Well,
then-
absolutely.
Chris, with his bum knees, he doesn't have to worry about it anymore because he got his painkiller. He's feeling like $1 million
Yeah.
right now. But Chris and I are on the 2nd floor. Second?
Third. You're on the
Technically
third floor.
Technically third, but like,
Second from the main level.
yeah, no, first from the main level.
Yeah.
Because you have to, from the carport, it's up one, but like ground, like where the front door is.
You're on the third level,
I don't
and
think
then
so.
this is the fourth flight of stairs, and
Yeah.
Right, but
this is where I'm at, this bedroom, and next to this pretty cool area. There's a TV and there's a wet bar back here. It's kind of nice that way. If you can hang out here, I don't have to go down 2 flights of stairs to get to the kitchen for drinks.
Yeah.
But yeah, this would be the rooms aren't very like the main living areas aren't very big.
Yeah, I'd say like
Maybe 12 by 12, if that.
in here, and then it's a really narrow hallway, and then
Yeah.
Keith's room, which isn't massive by any means, but it's like that on every floor.
Yep. But works.
That and right next to a college. Mm-hmm. So
And Chris loves the traffic. He loves driving here.
Oh, yeah.
Loves it.
Holy hell!
it's the scariest place on earth to drive.
People
Never-
don't- like yeah, people can't drive here.
Never
No.
seen more people just randomly pull out and cut in front of another car.
No blinker, no nothing.
Just boom.
Yep.
I mean, that was even before we actually made it into Nashville proper.
Yeah.
Once we got within, 20 miles, that's when we really noticed
Yeah.
people merging, not looking.
Just get the F over, no blinker, and pray to God you get over.
If there's a gap, they're like, well, my car's not big enough to fit, but
I'm gonna
hopefully
force
this
it.
guy's gonna
Yeah.
hit his brakes and let me in. Just
Well, that
crazy.
seems like people don't know how to park. Just look at the parking garage.
Yep.
God.
Yeah, we got back from dinner last night, or not dinner, but we went and saw like the
Downtown area.
honky tonk bars, and there was a green Volkswagen Bug, and she's supposed to be parked in the compact spot, but she parked like
In the middle.
pretty much. So then Chris, we had to guide him in, but there was about an inch away from her car on the right, and then we had to fold his mirror so it could get by the pillar.
Yeah.
But we came back out, and she had reparked it. And
Yep.
Keith kept saying, God, I hope she just paints his car Christmas colors. He just wanted it to look like Christmas.
Right, red and green.
Yeah. Good thing I got that license plate.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, nope, she's going to sideswipe it. I already know.
Well, Josie should be on his way, so he's going to join us here. He should be here around like what 9, 10.
He said 10:58 is his ETA. So I'm guessing he left
Alan's
later.
going to be in
So
bed.
he is on the way, though.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Okay. I might be. It was a rough night.
But so I think we'll try to get a podcast in with Joe.
Yeah.
And either
Maybe when we get back from the distillery tomorrow or something.
That way we have this light coming in because we don't have our studio lights like we do back home. So we got to work with the natural light that we have.
Yep.
So yeah, we just wanted to kind of tell our whiskey hunt stories right now, and
We'll let you know if we find any more little gems
I'm
anywhere.
I'm hoping we find some good stuff at Jack Daniel's that we can't find.
Yeah.
What are you looking for? Anything in particular, or
Well,
just something you
just-
haven't seen?
something I haven't seen that we can't get back home. Kind of like the Blantons. Like that was the main thing I was looking for. So now that that's over, anything else is just
Yeah, you're literally calling liquor stores on the way
I was.
into Kentucky. Do you guys have Blanton's? No. Dang it. What about this one?
Yep. But we found one we stopped at, and they're like, we might have it. And they had a bottle, but it was empty.
Yeah.
But that's where we found the
Sinatra. And they were also crazy because they take return back of the liquor. You can take it back and get a refund.
Yeah, because we were like joking, like, what if we find it cheaper? She's like, you can bring it back. We're like, what?
Yeah.
You take
you can
returns on
return it.
liquor?
Yeah.
Like, what if people drink it? She's like, if you don't like it, you can return it.
We were like, what the
Yeah.
That is a terrible policy.
Yeah.
We would have brought back that George Dickel single barrel
Yeah,
for sure.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
We can stop back on the way.
It'll be closed.
Yeah, probably won't be
Sunday.
open.
Do you think they'll care that it's half empty?
She said no.
Yeah.
We'll just
Done.
say all of us tried it, and that's how much of the. But it's crazy. Like, you wouldn't go to a restaurant and eat half the food and be like, "Ah, this is disgusting. I'm gonna return this. Can I get my money back, please?"
Yeah.
But they just are like, "Yeah,
can't-
bring your liquor on back." We asked them what they do with the bottles, and they said they just have to put it in the back because they can't do anything with
Yeah.
it. I was like,
So weird.
"Why would you have that policy then?" That is
Well, they had a tasting section over there, and Chris is like, when he was still thinking about if he wanted to buy it, he's like, well, I don't want to buy it without trying it first. And that lady's like, well, we have two. I'll check and see if we can open them one. I'm like, no, don't do that. Don't waste it just so we can try it.
Yeah.
So I was still thinking about maybe buying that second bottle.
Yeah.
So I'm like, don't waste it.
It's a good bottle, though.
Yep. So we'll see. I'm interested to see what we're gonna find at Jack Daniel's tomorrow. So
Yeah, I'm pumped. I love going to, like, distilleries like that.
we were gonna try and do a podcast from there, but they don't allow bags.
Yeah.
or
But
we
camera
will
gear.
be getting B-roll for
Yep.
sure.
Yep, we'll try and grab some B-roll and have Joe on tomorrow with us too. And
So you think we'll make this a two-parter?
yeah, why not?
All right. Well, then before we sign off on this first part, Chrissy Chaos, what's your favorite part since we've been here?
The IV so far.
Not the whiskey, not anything.
Well,
the favorite part is getting just IV fluids.
Just, no. Getting back to being healthy.
Dallin, what about you?
Dallin.
Definitely when we went downtown, just people watching. We don't see a lot of that in Kansas City, so
And
it was very different.
we forgot to mention when we went down to the Music Row, we're like, you smell that? Just like the strongest smell of weed you could ever smell.
Yeah.
We didn't realize that there's literally street vendors selling joints and edibles and all sorts of
Yeah,
shit. down
everything
there.
was right there.
It was crazy.
I'm assuming that's regular pot.
Oh, it was.
It was.
It was. Yeah.
It all was THC.
Because I kept reading all, like,
Yeah,
as we were
no.
walking by, I kept reading their signs.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah.
K-Bone, what's your favorite part so far?
The fact that I found Blanton's.
That's a good
I mean,
one.
that if I was 23 or in my early 20s, that bar scene off of Broadway and Music Row would probably be
The place.
the place to go. Like, but being as we are now, I'm like, because it's cool. It's really cool because they have tons of bars down there, and everyone had live music going on.
Every
But-
floor of them, too.
Yeah, in every floor. But you go in there and the music's loud and you can't talk to whoever you're with, and a beer was $8. So I'm like, this kind of cool to see now. If we were 23, that's where we'd be hanging
Yeah.
out like the entire time.
we wouldn't
We
have
probably
left.
would have been
Yeah.
waking up the way we felt either.
Yeah, but I mean that would have been cool. It is cool. It's an experience, but not my thing anymore, for sure.
Yeah, this is definitely like a party town.
Hunter, what was your favorite part so far?
I'd have to say, after we went to dinner last night and then we took the mile walk home, I was like the perfect level of buzz. The sun was down. It was cool enough. We were just walking, shooting the shit. Got to see a bunch of stuff that when you're in the car and you're driving fast, you don't pay attention to a bunch of stuff. We got to see a lot of kind of the intricacies down here.
Yep,
That
and we're
was-
right next to Vanderbilt,
Vanderbilt University. Yeah.
so they got a lot of cool buildings that we get to walk by.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, but other than that, the only other thing that I'm super pumped about is when we just be looking out for this merch drop that we got going on.
Yeah. We've had this merch drop going for
The
a
entire
year now.
podcast.
Yeah.
people genuinely like the shirts. I've had people ask me, like, can you get more of those? And Keith's like, I'm not doing
Is this a shirt I
merchandising.
have, or is this a new one?
It's the shirts we wear, just the regular boomstick on the front.
But on the back,
okay.
it says blowing your load since.
Oh, yes, I have that one.
Yeah. But then Marie had these cool pinup girls drawn that he could use either one, or there's so many different shirt designs we could do.
It's just finding a supplier to where it's not super expensive. Because if I do custom orders, it's like $20-some a shirt, so I don't really make any money off of it, which is fine.
Yeah, we can't do custom orders. We'd have to
Right.
mass order it, but
Which is fine because it's free advertising. But I tried ordering the first time we did it a bunch of different shirts, and it's hard to gauge what size to get, and then whatever
How
doesn't
many
sell,
to
you're
get.
stuck with these small shirts. So I have
Yeah.
a bunch of like smalls and mediums that I'm never going to be able to get rid of. But I'm just trying to find a site to where you can just have people order it online and they just ship it and I don't have to deal with
Like
it.
drop shipping.
But in order to do that, I have to design the shirt. So I have to upload the photos and get all that stuff. And it's kind of a process.
I think it's worth it, though. Just like for
Maybe-
one example.
maybe that's something you can tackle.
Yeah, I'll tackle it. Bryce, a guy I work with, we gave him, he's bought a bunch of guns from Keith so far. He's going to buy, I'm sure, several more. But Keith gave me a shirt to give to him, one of the Boomstick shirts, and he wore it down to his family's from Wilson, Kansas. And he wore it down there, and his dad was like, I'll buy 3 of them. And his cousins wanted them. And his brother, everybody's wanting these things.
You didn't tell me that. You just said Bryce wanted another one.
No, I told you his dad wanted to buy 3 of them.
I don't remember that.
I hope I see the wheels turning. The wheels are turning.
But anyways, they're cool ass shirts. I mean, I wear it. I rep it all the time, especially like at the gym and stuff. I've had people walk up to me like, "Oh, is that your
too.
company or what's going on with
JCCC,
that?"
I do.
Yeah. We did.
So,
Yeah.
anyways, be watching out for that merch drop, and we'll catch you on the next one, guys.
Yep. We'll do the final distillery Jack Daniels tour, let you know how that goes, and probably our last podcast from here, obviously. But
Yep.
Yep.
be looking out for Joe. Hopefully he'll be a little buzzed and funny like he was on that first one.
Yep.
Chris, take us out of here.
Have a good one.